What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Man, good to be back. I really appreciate your time. And like always, I want to definitely respect that and hopefully give you something to take away from it. But it's great to be back. I have spent most of the year, pretty much all the year, kind of away from podcasting, from social media, and even from really anything just personally as far as conferences and things like that as well. And so, things happen, things come up, life happens. I have thankfully and been blessed greatly to be a part of the tactical resiliency team this year. And so I've been able to do a couple conferences with them. And so it's been nice to get out under that umbrella. But personally, and through Crew First culture, I haven't really been out there. And anybody that's followed me, I really appreciate you sticking with me and being here when I am here and being here to support me. And for those that have reached out and I may have not answered or may have been real short in my answers, I apologize. I it's just depending on when you reached out to me, there's been some times where I just did not have much bandwidth to really share with anybody. And so I do apologize for that. There's been a lot of people reach out to me, and I really, really appreciate that. And I've really needed it. And so thank you. Still in the fight. That's that's how I feel right now. I am still in the fight. Like I said, I've been gone for a while as far as this arena goes, but I haven't gone anywhere. I am still here. I am still in the fight. And I know many of you out there are still in the fight. I don't know where this term came from originally, where I heard it for the first time. I'm sure it has something to do with military. It's got a very military esque kind of feel to it. But to me, it it truly encompasses life and you know the journey of life. I have struggled to get back into things, not because I haven't wanted to, but because I've really, everything that has happened this year has really kind of put up a block mentally that I've got things that I want to say and need to say, and I want to share my experiences and my growth, but I just haven't had the words to do it. And like I've said before, I'm not going to just put stuff out just to say I put stuff out. I'm going to have a real connection, what I'm saying, what I'm sharing. And if I don't have that connection, I'd rather just wait until I do. And so thankfully here lately, some things have happened. I've been able to sit down with my great friend and great mentor, Rick George, and record some really good content, just kind of digging into his brain and trying to pull out as much as I can because man, I just I can sit and listen to him talk 1,000 times, and for some reason I just can't absorb it. So I know there's a lot of other people out there that are like that, and so I want to capture that knowledge. And I don't know what is going to what the end product of that is going to be. That's up to him, and we'll figure that out. But that I was able to reconnect with another great friend that I worked with Coach Reed last year here at the my local high school football team, doing some mental toughness resiliency stuff with that team. And it was a really cool opportunity, really cool opportunity. I think there is a huge need for this information to be shared with people in high school, kids in high school, athletes, because it's just going to give them more tools to maneuver and navigate through life, especially, as they were younger. I wish I had a lot of these tools, but he is now coaching at another place. And so I was able to reconnect with him and go speak with his current team Friday. And man, it was great to get back in that, I don't know, arena, if you want to call it, whatever. But, share with young kids stuff that I know if they don't need it right now, they will need it pretty soon. And hopefully some of them, retain a little bit of that. But it was great. And really what kind of pushed me over the edge, I would say in a good way, obviously, is earlier this last week, I sat down with Danny B of the Student of the Game Fire podcast. And, this is something that he reached out to me quite a while back, basically when I was in the middle of a lot of mess. And, I was open and upfront to him right away. Is like, man, I want to do this. I will do this, but it might not be the best time right now. And so, you know, things settle down, things, change and kind of reconnected and set up a day. And gosh, it was great to be able to just sit there and share. We didn't have really anything to work off of. He has a few questions that he asked me just to kind of maybe keep the conversation going, but he basically just let me have the microphone and let me share whatever whatever is on my heart to share. And I appreciate that so much. I needed that. I needed to see and feel what that felt like again. And so, Danny B, I appreciate it. Appreciate you very much. He released that, and something else that was really cool is it was supposed to be released in November, but a few days after we recorded it, he reached out to me and asked me if I minded putting it out a lot sooner, and so making a kind of a special Saturday episode, he called it. And of course I'm all on board with that. And so he released that this last Saturday. It's available, and I believe I saw that he released it on Apple Podcasts. I'm not sure if he releases it on everything else, but definitely look for it. If you can't find it anywhere else, look on Apple Podcasts. That's the Student of the Game Fire Podcast, episode 196. It's kind of running along the bottom there for people that are watching on YouTube. But anyway, those events and everything else, that has kind of led up to it is just it got me. It got me what I needed. It gave me the fuel to really push through the very last little bit of that barrier. And I've been working with the graphic artist that I use and on a new design that, man, I've been so excited about, because it is it is the image that I'm so connected to right now. And that's the phoenix, rising from the ashes. And I released those designs yesterday on social media. And if you haven't seen those, go check those out, because man, I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with all of it yet. To be honest, I even got a couple websites that associated with Phoenix that I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet, but I feel like there's something out there that is going to happen with that. And so I'm just trying to follow where I'm being led. But the simpler of the designs, it basically just says refined by fire and driven by purpose. And man, that is 2024 all in a nutshell. Mostly the fire part, you know, the the being burned and the the really tough refinement process that you get put through during challenges. And yeah, you're going to get burned in life. You're going to sometimes, like I stated in that post last night, sometimes there may be nothing left of you but ashes. The old you is gone. But really, those are the most amazing times because, like that phoenix, the new you is rising up from those ashes. We don't want to be the old us. We don't want to continue life how we were. We want to gain and grow and strengthen ourselves every day. And especially in those times that are the hardest, where we really struggle through, where we really start to question things, ourselves, our faith, our friendships, everything. When we make it to the end of those challenges, when we finally gain ground on those obstacles, those are the times when we rise the strongest, when we grow the most, when we truly take those big steps, maybe even leaps towards the purpose that we were placed here for. And so my family and I have had quite a few of those moments this year, and I'm thankful for those. I have honestly went through some of the hardest times that I've ever went through, and that's saying something for me. If anybody knows, you know, much at all about my story, I I am here. I'm still here. I'm still in the fight, even though yes, I've been through some of the hardest things that I've had to go through. The What I have to keep in mind and the perspective I have to keep is, yeah, that's some things that have happened this year, but you know, any moment, something that far surpasses that obstacle and that challenge can fall on me or my family. And it's only by the strength that I've gained through these last challenges. It's only by the strength that God has given me. It's only by the growth that I've been able to experience. It's only by the connection that I have with my family and my tribe that I have any hope of overcoming that if I'm faced with it. And so, yes, I am thankful for those challenges. I'm thankful to, have a little bit of a break, even though I missed it. But it's been great. It's been great to work through all of this stuff. It's been great to see God working in real time. Something that I've talked about pretty freely, especially on the Fit to Fight Fire podcast. I- I'm a big faith guy. I have been through a lot, but I I can honestly say I don't know that I've ever just had a falter of faith. I've always had that to kind of lean on. And that, I'm not trying to brag or make myself sound great or anything, because sometimes that's all I had. And thankfully, that's all that's kind of drugged me or pulled me or pushed me through things sometimes. But it's really, yeah, I struggle in lots of other areas. But for some reason, I just haven't really, that's an area that I haven't really lost at times. But, it is that faith that keeps me going. But at the same time, it's bringing others into the picture and showing them how we've made it through some of these things that maybe they are struggling with faith. But really, the one of the coolest things that I've experienced this year is, even though I've had that faith that yes, I, I'm in a bad place right now. I'm struggling right now. I am feeling like I can't take any more right now. But I know things will get better. I know I'm here for a reason. I always had that, even though things were bad, things were hard, or at least bad in my perspective. But the best thing that I experienced through those hard times was being able to see in real time God at work. Yes, I was in a place that I wouldn't have just volunteered to be at. I went from being a captain of a station that I loved, uh, building a culture that took years and years of work from me and my crew, creating something really, really special, and having that taken away, going to a, a very, very informal role now with no authority, no way of being a formal leader. But I realized I don't care about all of that. I don't care about having the title or the capital A authority to supervise. I just want to be a leader. And God showed me that I can be a leader no matter what my rank is, no matter where I'm serving or not. When I'm done with the fire service, I can still be a leader. I don't have to have some man given authority to lead. I don't. I can do that anywhere I'm at. And I've really had to learn that. And I've really been able to, and I'm thankful for that. I've also learned that, yes, I can sit here all day and say, I know I'm here for a reason. I know things will work out. But when I get to see in real time, like I said, why I'm there, I'm able to help certain people that I wouldn't have had contact with, or I'm able to learn certain things that I wouldn't have learned because I wouldn't have been there. Those are the things that are amazing because I see the work that God is doing. Sometimes most of the time, I will say, we're just blindly following faith. A lot of times we don't get to see the reasons things are happening. And if we do, it's way down the road. But those times that we do get to see it when it's actually happening, or when it's, actually playing out, and those are amazing times. Those are magical times because those are the times that really fuel that faith and really cement everything that you believe in. And thankfully, I've had quite a few of those times, and it's been great. But anyway, you know, I just wanted to get on here, say hello again, say thank you for the support. I can't, I don't deserve any of this. I don't. I'm nothing different than every single person out there listening. There's a thousand just fire related podcasts, it seems, but you spent your time listening to this one, and I cannot tell you how thankful I am for that. With that being said, like I've always said, I hate this part, but it's a part of the process. If you do get something from what I'm doing, podcast or social media wise, please share it and like it and all the stuff that podcasters have to say, because that's how it works. To reach more people, I have to have your help. So if that's the case, if it's not, then that's okay. But if it is, please do whatever you can to share the message and help me be able to reach more people. So thank you for that. Thank you for your time. I look forward to everything that is going to be coming from here on out, and I'm looking forward to sharing my story and the blessings that have come through the challenges. So Have a great day, weekend, whatever it is you're facing right now. Keep a positive attitude, keep pushing forward, and stay in the fight. Stay in the fight. Stay humble and do work. See you guys.